Welcome to my channel where we cover the lore of Final Fantasy XIV. We cover the stories both big and small, the epic and the cute, the silly and the tragic. I hope you all enjoy the ride, and welcome to the Chronicler of Lore. With what you and Reek learned from Eorzea, you head to the Reconciling Greatwood to try and catch Renda Rae. She indeed shows up, and of course when you get ready to fight, the Echo takes over to try and get you killed. You see Renda when she faced Balam in the woods. However, things are different from the story that you heard. While she was strong enough to take the beast alone in the tail, the way things really went was not good at all. The beast was still too strong for her to beat, but before it could kill her, Ardbert and the others show up, and together they help Renda get her revenge. Lamit wants to know what made her do something so stupid as to attack by herself when it would have been pretty easy to beat the thing if she had just told him from the beginning. So Renda finally tells them about her old partners and how they had hunted creatures all across Novrant together, earning the title of the best hunters in the business. Then they decided to hunt Balam Keats, and it all went bad. Her friends were killed, and she was alone until she met Ardbert and the others. She had planned on telling them and getting their help on her hunt, but she didn't want to lose any more friends fighting the thing, so she kept it to herself. While her feelings are understandable to Ardbert, her running off alone spits in the face of everything they're supposed to mean to each other. It was selfish, especially considering how all of them would have felt if they had shown up to find her dead. Not to mention the fact that she saved all of their lives before, so it's just plain rude to not let them return the favor. Honestly, seeing Renda with Ardbert and the others is like watching the Scions. They're a true team, a family, just like the Source's Warrior of Light and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and that makes the ending of their story all the more tragic, especially since you all might share their fate one day. The vision ends after Renda retrieves an odd crystal from beside the fallen creature that Silva tells her to keep as a memento, and when you wake up, Reek is not happy. While you were seeing things, the Cardinal Virtue left, and Reek gets so mad that he decides to dissolve your partnership. He'll give you your last payment in Gate Town, and that'll be the end of things. When he gives you the money, he has the audacity to call you a disappointment before he leaves. That has got to be the first time anyone ever said something so insane to a literal god slayer, but Eorzea tries to explain the boy's actions. He didn't have any more money to pay you after this little outing, so like all of his friends before, he figured you'd abandon him. So to keep from being sad, he pushed you away himself so he could feel like he abandoned you and not the other way around. Still, she's worried about him. You're the only friend he's had in a while, and he may end up getting depressed and doing something stupid, so she'd like for you to check on him in the Crystarium. He's not in the usual spot, but the mage who was with Lambert, Reek's former partner, is there. He's no longer working with the man on account of him being dead. They fought Renda Rae, and it went so bad that he ran away, but not before he saw Lambert get back up as a Sin Eater. He tried to stop other people from going after the Virtue, but they didn't listen, and they died too. He saw Reek head out to Raktika, so he's definitely still hunting the Virtue, and he's definitely gonna die. You rush off to Raktika, and fortunately find Reek sitting down looking dazed. He starts to tell you what happened, but the Echo does the work for him. He had confronted Renda, hoping to lay his hero's soul to rest, but she summoned Lambert and a group of other Sin Eaters who bear a striking resemblance to her old friends. He had no chance, but instead of killing him, they all just left. Reek thinks your little trick is useful, even though all that you saw only happened a few minutes ago. He still can't understand why you did it every time Renda Rae appeared, which, if you can control it, I doubt those would have been the times you picked. Either way, the fact that Renda is rebuilding the Warriors of Light is a serious problem, but Reek doesn't understand why. If she's reliving her hunt of Balam like in the stories, she should be trying to fight it alone. But you know that wasn't true. And when you tell Reek, he realizes that he was making the same mistake Renda had by trying to hunt down a powerful beast on his own. After that, he actually apologizes for how he acted, which, being who you are, you accept without hesitation. So the two of you head back to hunting Renda, who is still likely in the area looking for Balam. But now it's not just her that Reek wants to put down. He may have had issues with Lambert, but he can't let him suffer as a Sin Eater. But first he wants to let Eorzea know that he's okay because he knows she sent you. She's happy to see that the two of you have patched things up and are working together again. She obviously cares about Reek more than his own parents do, and to prove it, she's cooked dinner for you, which is far more valuable than money when you're getting ready for a fight, which is exactly what the two of you are about to do. Before the two of you head out to face the Virtue, Reek has a confession to make. He's not nearly as good at fighting as you are. In other news, fire's hot, and a brick to the face hurts. There are about 5 people who aren't gods or immortals that can match the Warrior of Light in combat, so it's not that big of a surprise for someone to be weaker than him. But Reek has gotten stronger since you started working together, so he won't hold you back that much. That was the main reason he dragged your hunt out for so long, which gave Renda Rae time to form a full dungeon party. But it is what it is, and the two of you will have to deal with them all. However, Eorzea does have an idea. Since she was a hunter in her younger years, battle is no stranger to her. In life, Renda had super hearing, so a senator form should have the same, which means loud noises can disable her and give you time to poke her with sharp objects. All that's left is to find something that can make a noise loud enough to hurt the woman. Before you can head out, one of Reek's dad's servants shows up with the orders for him to quit bounty hunting and come back to Eorzea so he can stop embarrassing his family with his failures. If he refuses, he'll not only lose his money, but his citizenship in Eorzea. With only a little hesitation, he tells the man to tell his dad to kick rocks, and he'll do what he wants with or without their money. They weren't really parents anyway, and he still has Eorzea, who was his only real family. With that done, and a quick trip to the Crystarium to get some fire sand to make some noise-making arrows, a trip that forces Reek to do something us poor folk have had to do for ages called fetch quests, he learns what it means to truly be an adventurer, and the two of you head to Raktika to face down Renda Rae and her Sin-Eaters. She shows up, and fortunately the Echo doesn't try to get you killed this time, so the fighting begins. The noisemaker arrows that Reek made do incapacitate Renda, but her group protects her, forcing you to cut them down first. With them out of the way, you get to face Renda herself. She's strong, obviously, firing off level 3 limit breaks and everything, but the two of you take her down. She leaves behind a crystal, the same one you saw her pick up in the vision, and when you touch it, the real Renda Rae appears. Well, it's a memory of her. She talks of how she and the others were together through it all, from the hunt to Balaam to fighting the Shadowkeeper, even sacrificing their lives to try to save their world, only to fail. She still felt like it was well worth it in the end, though. Reek wants to ask her what she's talking about, but she vanishes, so you fill in the details. Knowing their story hits Reek hard, especially the part where the Warriors of Light died to save the world, only to get labeled as villains. While it's done, Reek is happy to know the truth about the fallen heroes. He had been like everyone else, judging them and never trying to learn the truth. It made it easy to hunt the Virtues when he thought of them as the monstrous souls of monstrous people. But knowing the truth, he hopes he helped Renda Rae finally find some peace. In any case, the hunt is over. The Virtue is slain, Renda Rae is finally at peace, hopefully, and Reek knows the truth about the Warriors of Light, and he wants to push himself to become as courageous as you and Renda, after he helps repay Eorzea for all she's done to help him become the man that he is now. This concludes the story of the Cardinal Virtue Andreia. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to buy me a coffee for my work, sign up to become a member of the channel. Until next time, guys. Later.